Good morning, Emerson. Today we'll be joined live in studio by WCVB meteorologist Danielle Vollmar.
And the MBTA has voted to get rid of late-night weekend service to cut down on costs.
All of that today, Tuesday, March 1st. I'm Sean Stackhouse.
And I'm Lauren Fox. Some big wins for Boston at the Oscars on Sunday. Spotlight took home the award for Best Picture, and Medina Shehi will be here for the full recap.
And the Emerson College men's basketball team battled top-seeded Babson in the NEWMAC playoffs. Malcolm Kellner will be here to break the game down.
And now for today's top story. Today is Super Tuesday, which means Massachusetts voters are heading to the polls for the state's presidential primary. As one of 12 states and one U.S. territory to vote on Super Tuesday, all eyes are on Massachusetts for an anticipated close finish between Democratic candidates Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. According to a Suffolk University poll released just this Sunday, the former Secretary of State holds an 8-point lead over Senator Sanders. Analysts have said that winning Massachusetts, a state where voters are among the most liberal in the country, is essential for Sanders. On the other hand, winning Massachusetts is not as critical for Clinton, who is expected to take most southern states. As for Massachusetts' likely Republican voters, Donald Trump has a big lead at 43% with Marco Rubio and a not-so-close second place at 20%. These two have been exchanging insults rapid fire for the past few days, so it will be interesting to see if things heat up even more after today's results come in. If that's even possible, Sean?
You know, it's going to be extremely interesting. I'm looking to see if Bernie Sanders is able to keep up with Hillary Clinton, especially in such an important state like Massachusetts. And since it is such an important state, make sure you get out and vote if you haven't already. But President Obama has been facing difficulty in selecting a replacement for Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia. News correspondent Chloe Thibault joins us now with more.
Thanks, guys. Here are today's developing stories. President Obama is still facing backlash from Republicans after Justice Scalia's death. The New York Times claimed on Sunday that Obama has had the least amount of success with Congress since World War II. Recent analysis found that the Obama administration has won only 47% of Supreme Court cases. This lack of success is due to the conservative Congress that has been leading the obstacle in the appointment of a new justice. With the Supreme Court now divided evenly between parties, conservatives are working harder than ever to maintain their power. The subject speaks to the real concern in politics today, a lack of unity and increasing division. On Sunday, the death toll of a mining disaster rose to at least 36 people. This emergency began on Thursday when 2 explosions took place in a Russian mine, causing rocks to collapse and a fire to spark. Authorities believe these explosions began due to a methane gas leakage. 81 miners managed to escape to ground level, while 4 were killed instantly and 26 remained trapped. Another blast on Sunday morning killed 5 rescue workers and another miner. The Komi Republic has reserved 3 days of mourning to remember these brave citizens. Actor Mark Ruffalo from the film Spotlight took a stand against pedophilic priests in the Catholic Church this past weekend. Ruffalo, along with director Tom McCarthy and co-writer Josh Singer, joined in a protest outside a cathedral in downtown Los Angeles to support the organization's Survivors Network of those abused by priests. Spotlight won Best Picture at the 2016 Oscar ceremony on Sunday night, as well as Best Original Screenplay at the Independent Spirits Awards. It's moments like this where art can truly bring people together. And finally today, an update on the controversy at the Boston Latin School. On Saturday night, over a dozen students participated in an event as a part of Black History Month. Young activists read original poems about their own experiences with racism. Over 100 students, parents, and alumni attended. Mayor Martin J. Walsh met with community leaders earlier on Saturday to discuss the ongoing issue at this school. Protesting students look forward to making a change for the future of this community. That's all I have for you today. Back to the desk.
Now, Chloe, after the recent events that took place over the weekend at Boston Latin, what do you expect to see going forward?
You know, Sean, this event has been going on for quite a while, this controversy, and I think we're all hoping to see a change, like just in the greater area of Boston. I think it's time for us to come together as one, and I'm really proud of these students for coming forward and for saying how they feel and making this change for everyone.
All right, well, thank you so much, Chloe. Now for today's weather update. Today will be not quite as nice as yesterday. We'll have a high of 44 and a low of 35. For tomorrow, expect rain. There's a 100% chance of precipitation with a high of 52 and a low of 22. Lauren, yesterday I was wearing shorts, but looks like that's a little bit premature.
Definitely a bit premature, Sean. It is March 1st after all. We have to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, Malcolm Kellner will have the details on Tom Brady's new contract.
And WCVB's meteorologist Danielle Vollmar will be here to tell us about her career as a meteorologist.
Wow, our debates are on fire. Ah! Oh no, why did I say that? Oh no, I'm on fire still and it's so hot. Why have I done this? Oh no, I'm still on fire, but one speechless on the Emerson channel. It's really good and full of action.
We're now joined with meteorologist Danielle Vollmar. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
So to start, you have had a long career as a meteorologist so far, and you've worked all around the United States.
Right,
but
yes.
You are now currently in Boston. Tell us about your journey to get here.
Well, you know, when you're working in television, you have to go through a lot of different markets. You start out in your small market, which was, for me, Salisbury, Maryland. It's also the chicken capital of the world. Purdue's there. And then from there, I basically went to Oklahoma City. The reason I went there is because you get everything there. Tornadoes, you get floods, you get snowstorms. And basically that honed my skills in a middle market. And then from there, Dallas, Texas called, and they wanted me to host a national show with weather and doing all this fun entertainment stuff. So I did that, but then I said, I want to come back to the East Coast. I'm from Philadelphia. WCVB, a legacy station. When they call you and ask you to come work for them, you go. So
how is the Boston market different to other markets that you've worked in, like Oklahoma City and Salisbury, Maryland?
I just think it's a really refined market. You know, it's really a good news market, you know, and weather-wise, obviously, if you don't remember last year, we got a lot of snow here, you know, record snowfall, just saying. So, you know, for weather, it keeps us on our toes. We have all different kinds of systems, and it's just, you know, working under some people like Harvey Leonard, Cindy Fitzgibbon, my weather team there, and just working with some of my best friends on the weekends, it's the best experience.
Now, before you came to Boston, you actually won an AP award. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, that was really exciting for me because, you know, that was my first market, you know, a small market, but, you know, you put together a tape, you send it in, and the Associated Press said I was the best meteorologist for that market, which is kind of nice. I had a nice weathercast. And then here, I've also been Emmy nominated, you know, and I just submitted this year, so we'll have to see what happens. Maybe I'll win an Emmy award.
So if you've been nominated and won these awards, you must be making pretty accurate assessments of the weather. What goes into making a forecast?
Well, it's a lot more than you think. I don't just show up, somebody does my hair, my makeup, and I go on TV. You know, I'm a meteorologist, degreed from Cornell. So, you know, I'm definitely looking at all the computer models. I look at what's happening right now, what's happening in the future. And then I make all those weather graphics you see behind me. I create them all from scratch. And then I actually go on TV and set them up. So I use them as kind of like a PowerPoint presentation and kind of just talk over the map.
Now, do you feel like there's a lot of pressure on you every time that you make a forecast to get it right?
I mean, you know, some people joke with me and say it's the only job you can still be wrong and still have a job. I'm just saying. But it's a lot harder than you think. When you're going out and you're predicting 7 days in the future and you're based on models, it doesn't always work out. So we try to tell you the best bet and best case scenario, but of course things change.
Now, what drew you to meteorology? Because it's a very difficult and scientific form of broadcast.
Right.
What was so intriguing about that?
Oh, I just love weather as a kid. I think if you're a weather nut, you just grow up with it, you know, and I love snowstorms. I grew up outside of Philadelphia. But what really happened is a meteorologist by the name of Glenn Hurricane Schwartz actually came to my school for career day in 8th grade. And that was the day I said, I'm going to do this. And I've been doing it ever since.
Well, Danielle, I thank you so much for being with us this morning. It was such a pleasure. But we're now joined by sports reporter Malcolm Kellner, who's going to give us a full recap on Emerson's play-out matchup against Babson last weekend.
Thank you, Sean. We'll get to that in a bit. But first, the Tom Brady era in New England will not be ending anytime soon. That's if the soon-to-be 39-year-old Patriots quarterback plays the length of his new contract, which the Patriots have agreed to extend for another 2 years through the 2019 season. Now, before the extension, Brady had 2 years left on his contract, paying him $9 million next year and $10 million in 2017, which by today's standards is pennies for a star quarterback. Personally, I find it pretty crazy how Brady is only the 21st highest paid quarterback annually, despite being one of the best QBs in the league year after year. Yeah, Brady makes less than scrubs like Sam Bradford and Nick Foles. I mean, come on. And I understand he wants to take a lower salary so the Patriots can spend money on other players, but is he really willing to sacrifice that much? Call me crazy, but I really wouldn't be surprised if Pat's owner Robert Kraft was, taking care of him under the table with a little more of this. How could he not? Now, a disturbing story over 60 years old involving another all-time NFL quarterback great has finally come to the public eye. Bart Starr, the Green Bay Packers legend, suffered debilitating back issues throughout his career because of brutal physical hazing when he played for the University of Alabama in the early 50s. That's according to a new revelation by his wife, Cherry Starr. The explanation originally circulated was that Starr was injured during a punting exercise before his junior year at Bama, but Cherry said the truth is that her husband was viciously beaten and paddled during initiation into the school's A club for varsity athletes and was even hospitalized at one point. The story was corroborated by one of his college teammates as well. Now, despite this, Starr did go on to have a tremendous 16-year NFL career and win 4 titles, but his back never fully healed until he got back surgery to repair a vertebrae crack over a decade after his career was over. Now, it's so sad to hear a story like this, and while fraternities are probably more careful with their athletes today, hazing is still a huge problem at fraternities at large schools all over the country. You can only hope that this story will spread awareness and maybe convince some frats to change their practices. The memorable run for Emerson men's basketball team is over. After upsetting Springfield in the first round of the NEWMAC playoffs, which was the first ever NEWMAC playoff win for an Emerson team in the school's 3-year history in the conference, the Lions were edged out by number 1 seeded Babson, 74-69 in the conference semifinals. The teams were tied 28 apiece at halftime, but better execution by Babson in the second half won it for the Beavers as they finished the game in outstanding 29 of 33 from the free throw line. Emerson seniors Michael Thorpe and Austin Pinckney had 18 and 17 points for the Lions respectively, but their efforts to put their team on their backs weren't quite enough. In brighter news, though, the Emerson baseball team, which I just happened to be a part of, won its season opener versus Wentworth 9-8 in 11 innings on Saturday, so at least we can be happy about that. Back to Lauren and Sean at the desk.
Congratulations, Malcolm. Sean, one thing that I never got a hang of at this school was our Dropbox account.
Exactly. As students, we have a ton of free space on our school accounts. Nobody knows how to use it.
Erin Crowley stayed right here at Emerson to give us a tutorial on how to put stuff in our Dropboxes.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Erin Crowley, and I'm here today to give you guys a tutorial on how to use Box. So for those of you who don't know, Box is a cloud storage solution provided to all faculty, administrators, and students by Emerson College. So everybody gets their own 25 gigabyte account, and it's accessible from the internet or any mobile device. And it's really similar to any kind of iCloud or Google Drive, and it's provided by Emerson. It's a really secure way to hold all of your files. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my own account, and I would love if you guys joined me. All right, let's get started. So right up here, you're going to want to input that address into your internet bar, and it'll take you to this website, and it is the Box homepage, and it's going to say part of Emerson College. You hit continue. That'll take a second to load, and then we're going to start our process right here, and you're going to click Start Setup, and then add a new device. So I'm going to choose to enroll a mobile phone just to verify my account, but you can do a tablet, landline, or a UTF token. Then we're going to hit continue. And so now you're going to enter your phone number, and then you're going to start the process of adding your phone to sync to your account. You're going to verify the correct number and then hit continue. And there are several different phone options. My phone's an iPhone, but you can do an Android, BlackBerry, Windows Phone, or other. So I'm going to click iPhone and then continue again. And then you're going to need to get the app Duo Mobile, which will sync together your phone account and the web account. So I'm going to go ahead and get that. All right, and so now on my phone, I'm going to go ahead and go to the App Store. And I'm going to search for Duo Mobile. It should come up. It was the second choice for me after I typed Duo. All right, and now go ahead and verify that on your phone. All right, and so once you have Duo Mobile installed, you're going to hit I have Duo Mobile installed right on the interface. All right, and now we're going to use our phone, and you're going to keep the app open and you're going to scan the QR code on your computer. And then you should get a notification and it should pop up on your phone that the two have been synced together. All right, and now we have that check mark. We're clear to continue. All right, and now we're just kind of gonna verify our notifications and how we want it to know to connect to us. So I'm gonna click the Duo Push Notifications because that is how I would like to be notified. And then we're gonna continue to log in. So now you can refresh out of this page and go back to the Box homepage, and you're gonna try to log in again. All right, so now we're back at this homepage. You're gonna hit continue again. And now you'll notice that this looks kind of different. So once you open this already, your phone is going to get a push notification, and I'm going to verify that so I can get into my request. And now you'll see it's really similar to Google Drive or anything with iCloud. You can upload and kind of view it from anywhere. And the cool thing about Box is that you can view offline and work offline, and it will still save your files. So I'm just uploading an old script to show you guys. Upload, it's loading, and it's a really small file, so it didn't take that long, but you should know that if you're gonna upload a movie or any kind of bigger thing, it might take longer. All right, and I'm all done with Box for today, but I know I'll definitely come back and use it. So I'm gonna head up here and I'm going to log out, and that'll leave me back at the homepage for Box. All right, thanks guys for sitting down with me to open my own account, and I hope that this was really helpful for you guys and that you can get to start using Box.
Yesterday, the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority Governing Board voted 4-0 in favor of suspending late-night weekend tea service. This will begin in mid-March with the hopes to save the MBTA $9 million.
Late-night hours currently go until 2 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays, but will go back to 12:30 in just a few weeks. Late-night service was a big expense for the MBTA this year at over $14 million. However, this has weekend transit riders worried about how they will get home safely and cheaply when they're out past 12:30. Now, do you guys agree that this program was not worth the investment?
I think as a college student myself, I think a lot of people would agree with me that this is going to make it really difficult for a lot of students to be traveling late at night. I know that I'm sometimes never back at my dorm till 12:30 if it's because of work or something else on the weekend. I understand why they may have cut back on the cost, but I think they should try to find a more efficient way to make sure that college students are safe.
Yeah, I think public transportation, no matter what, should be like 24 hours. I don't think that there should be a cut time like, hey, you have to be home by this time. Because even in Emerson College, we had like meetings at 10 p.m., 11 p.m. at night for our clubs, and that's school-related stuff. So what if we're not done by 1 in the morning or something? I think it doesn't make any sense.
It's certainly difficult to decide where you can draw the line with this because it's so important for the safety of college students and those that are taking a tea late at night, but at the same time, it's losing so much money, and you have to wonder, is it worth the investment?
I agree, Sean. Our transit system needs all the funding that it can get. I trust that they have looked at these numbers and kind of seen that it's not worth it. But then again, college students do need that option, and it's not like we did have service 24 hours. This was only, a very convenient 2-hour extension.
Yeah. I think it's going to be interesting now actually to see what happens maybe with Uber, the taxi companies, if their revenues are going to raise more because of college students coming home. It's going to be interesting to see how the economy is going to be working out in the next couple of months.
Yeah, I remember talking about this in my journalism class, and everyone was saying, well, they should just have the workers, because in some places, their workers aren't even there, so people just go through without even scanning their cards and stuff like that. I think just more monitoring would help them save the money that they've been losing.
But the thing with that, Medina, is the more people that you have working for the MBTAs, the more people you have to pay, and that's where a lot of the budget deficit is coming from, where they're not having enough people working, and they're still losing all of this money anyways.
I did hear something interesting too, and that kind of keeping things running all night might save a little bit of money, but I'm sure honestly all these people that they're paying to maintain this service, it's got to be a big money dump for the MBTA.
Exactly, and it's certainly frustrating as college students because you want to have that option if you want to go visit a friend or if you have a meeting and need to get home to a place that is off of the T. If you don't live on campus, it's going to be difficult now. You're going to have to be spending a lot of money on Ubers as well.
Yeah. And as a poor college student, I can't really afford to do that right now, so.
Yeah, I just think it should be 24 hours. That just makes sense to me for the people if it's a public transport. So.
I mean, I think 24 hours would definitely be impossible, but I do think that the extension was great. We'll have to see what happens in the future. We do have to cut to commercial though, but when we come back, DIY correspondent Hannah McKean will be here to show us how to make some at-home skincare products.
Lauren, what are you doing?
I'm getting ready to host Good Morning Emerson, of course.
Good Morning Emerson? What's that?
It's the best morning show ever that's on Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m.
Wow, how can I work on this?
Yeah, let's get going. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather.
Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson.
This year's Oscars left actors feeling like they were king of the world. Did I do that justice, Sean?
You're good. I mean, I think my Leo impression's a little bit better.
All right, whatever. Medina Shehi is here to give you the full Oscars recap.
Good morning, everyone, and here's what I have for you today. The Oscars this year made history. The actor that deserved many Oscars, as well as a movie that hits close to our home, won Sunday night. Also, Chris Rock made a comment on the racial problems in the Oscars. Best Picture went to the film Spotlight, which is a film that is set in Boston and is close to us Emersonians. Best Original Song went to Sam Smith for the song Writings on the Wall, and Best Supporting Actress went to Alicia Vikander for her role in The Danish Girl. Best Actor went to the one and only Leonardo DiCaprio for the movie The Revenant, and the director of that film won Best Director. Leo's speech was absolutely beautiful, and here's a little piece of it where he discusses climate change.
Who do not speak for the big polluters of the big corporations, but who speak for all of humanity, for the indigenous people of the world, for the billions and billions of underprivileged people who will be most affected by this, for our children's children, and for those people out there whose voices have been drowned out by the politics of greed. I thank you all for this amazing award tonight. Let us not take this planet for granted. I do not take tonight for granted. Thank you so very much.
In my opinion, Leo should have started winning Oscars ever since he acted in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. But it doesn't matter, Leo deserved what he got, and we are all happy and proud for you. Elton John has been expressing his emotions recently. He has shown his strong dislike towards Janet Jackson. He states that all Janet Jackson does is lip sync on stage to her songs and dance around instead of actually having a strong ability to sing. That people should not watch her or singers like her because anyone can just lip sync on stage, that there is no talent to that. To me, a true entertainer should be able to sing and dance in order for them to get my full attention, and Janet holds everyone's attention. Also, both Janet and Elton are legends in their own different ways. Bashing other people only makes you the enemy, so leave Janet alone. Cheryl Tiegs was once an extremely famous model. However, she has been getting a lot of backlash for her recent statements. The new Sports Illustrated cover girl Ashley Graham shows off a fuller plus-size model. Cheryl Teague says that Ashley Graham representing Sports Illustrated is not okay and that Ashley is not beautiful enough to be the face of Sports Illustrated. She says people should not be glamorizing plus-size women and that no girl should have a waist over 35. Her support is that Dr. Oz said that about waist and that she will too. In my opinion, this is not okay to say, but what do you think? Tweet us at GM Emerson and a retweet might be in your future. Well, that's all I have for you today, and let's get back to Lauren and Sean.
Thank you, Medina. We're here with DIY correspondent Hannah McKean, who's going to show us how to make your own at-home exfoliants. So what do you have for us?
Okay, so what I have is a all natural, all three of these, a lip scrub, and then we're going to be making a face mask and also a hair mask. So first, let's start with our lip scrub. So all you need is brown sugar, coconut oil, and honey. And what I have to mix it in is just these little containers I got from the Max. So very easy. So what you do is you pour, just to cover the bottom of the little cup of brown sugar, and then we take our coconut oil, and as you can see, the consistency of it, if you don't know, very, very soft. It almost looks like chapstick a little bit. So it's all natural, of course, and then you can just put a little forkful or spoonful, if you have it, in there on top. And then third, we have our honey, just to make it a little bit sweeter. And we just pour a little bit of that over there. And the reason we're using brown sugar as opposed to regular sugar is because it's more granulated, and what that does for your lips is it exfoliates, which is the benefit of the lip scrub. And then the coconut oil is also very moisturizing for your lips. So you just mix that all together like that, and then once you mix that, you can mess around with the ratio a little bit if you need more or less. It comes out to look like this, so it's a little bit granulated, and what you do is you just take it, put it right on your lips, and then you can either lick it off because this is all natural, or you could rinse it off if you like.
Yeah, it sounds like it'd be pretty tasty.
Yes, yeah, so just sugar, honey, and coconut oil. So yes, and then secondly here, we're gonna do our face mask. So what this is half of an avocado. You can just put that right into your bowl. And what I like about this is it is super easy to make, and also you can just put this in the refrigerator if you want. After you use, maybe you wanna use half now, half later. This batch is usually good for about 2 or 3 face masks. Then the juice of half of a lemon. That, what the lemon does, the acidity is really great for your skin, just opening up the pores and getting all of the stuff you want out of your skin. And also, a fun fact about avocado is it is a natural sunscreen. So if you use this once or twice, it can be very good for your skin when you go outside, if you want to do that. And
I had no idea. That's so interesting.
Seems like it'd be super beneficial to me because, I have, dry skin anyways, and I'm also, I'm pretty light, so I need sunscreen anyways.
Yeah, it's perfect for that. And then also with the oatmeal is another natural exfoliator, and you just mix it together like that. And then you can leave it in here, put it on your face when you're in the shower if you want to do that. It would be perfect.
Yeah, look at this. It looks so easy to make. It's really simple too. And where do you get these ingredients? Is it just somewhere close?
Yes, so all I had to go out for was the avocado and the lemon. I got those at Roach Brothers, so very close to home. And all of these things, the rest of them were in my dorm, very easy to make, and didn't make a big mess at all. So.
And really quickly, the hair mask is very similar to this?
Yes, it's almost the same exact ingredients, except you add our olive oil, so you could do both in one and then use them all for your lips, face, and hair.
Great. Well, I'm going to try this lip scrub. That's about all the time we have today.
Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to tune in again on Thursday. Have a great day.
Go for it.